Hello, my name is Giselle Reyes, and I will be talking a little bit about why you should adopt a pet rather than buying a pet. Um, I've had many pets throughout my life, whether it being a cat, a dog, a bird, a turtle, any animal you can think of, I've had it. I've adopted most of these animals or taken them from the outside. Um, Imagine walking into a shelter and seeing dozens of eyes, hopeful, scared, and desperate, waiting on you to pick them first. Over 6.3 million animals enter U.S. shelters annually. That's a lot of animals waiting on a forever and loving home. Many are euthanized due to overcrowding. 6.3 million animals coming into a shelter can be very overcrowding and overstimulating for the shelter when they can't have customers continuously buying them. For example, if they have 10 animals and no one chooses to adopt these animals, they have to go through a process where they have to euthanize them because there is no person wanting this animal. Here are my main points. Overpopulation crisis in animal shelters can be a very big one. Ethical and financial benefits of adoption. Emotional rewards and personal impact. Misconceptions versus reality. A lot of misconceptions are shelter pets are unhealthy, which is not true. Most are vaccinated, spayed and neutered, because the shelter has to go through a process with the animals and make sure when they do get adopted they are very healthy and are not concerned, and the animal has to go through a process to see if they're even eligible to get adopted. Another one is adoption is expensive, which in reality adoption is cheaper than buying. Buying an animal, or most of them can be small kittens or puppies, which they are small already, so they are more expensive than an older pet, and they can go up to thousands of dollars. Only old or bad pets are in shelters. Many are young and well behaved. Many animals come from a home that they had, whether their owner could not take care of them financially, or their owner passed away, or something happened to them that they could not no longer take care of their pet, so they had no choice but to put them into a shelter. Shelter overcrowding crisis. Total shelter intakes. So as my bar graph, it goes up to 6. So 6 million animals go into a shelter, and only 1 million, or only one of the 6 get euthanized because of behavioral issues, or just because people aren't adopting this particular animal, so they have no other choice. Consequences of not adopting. This is puppy mills, where they overpopulate the puppies and overbreed. No customers shopping or adopting for pets in the animal shelter, and just lonely and sad animals behind the cage waiting for a loving home. Take action today. Will you visit a local shelter or encourage a friend to adopt? These animals need loving homes just like us. We want to be loved, and we want to be, taken care of. And so do these animals. They really depend on us to find happiness and are depending on us. Raise your hand if you'll do one of these today. I hope you guys will take into consideration how these animals feel and how these animals are on a day-to-day basis. They are behind cages and crates, and they do get playtime, of course, and they eat, but it does not compare to a loving home when they can have their own companion, or they can call somewhere home. Just because they're animals does not mean they do not have feelings. They do have feelings just like us. They obviously can't talk, but they really have feelings, and I really want everyone to take into consideration to adopt rather than buying. Yes, all animals need homes, whether you purchase one, whether you adopt, but I just want you to take into consideration a little more of adopting, because many of these animals don't go to a loving home just because they are in a shelter and not from a breeder, or they're not puppies and they're a little bit older. Some animals can be 1 year old, and then another animal can be a couple months old. It just really depends. Thank you for listening to my persuasive speech. My name is Giselle Reyes. Thank you.